Hello everyone, and today we've got another number screencast. It's on standard form, it's on multiplying and dividing, so hopefully you've watched the other ones. Make sure you watch all the other ones on standard form before you watch this one, because if you do that, it's going to be really, really easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, as I always say. Remember, we just cover this every time. What is standard form? It's a way of writing down a large or very small number easily. Just remember that 10 to the power of 3 gives you 1,000, so 4 times 10 to the power of 3 will give you 4,000. Standard form is basically this back part here. When we write it in standard form, we write this one. When we write it in an ordinary number, we write this one. So just remember, it's just about taking large numbers and small numbers and converting them from one to the other. So other important information, I know we've covered this before, but this letter A will normally be a number, and that number will be between 1 and less than 10. Remember that, very important. We can have numbers like 5.25 or 6.2 or 1.53, or it could just be 1. The n will be replaced with a number that's going to be a whole number, so there'll be no decimals there, and it can go well above 10 as well. Often it doesn't, but it can go well above 10 if it needs be. So let's have a look at some examples of multiplying our standard form. And it is super, super easy. So really important on these first two that you copy them down as I'm talking. If you need to pause the video at any time, pause the video to give yourself time to do that. We're going to go through it now. So first thing we're going to do, and it's really, really easy, see this 4 and see this 2, we're going to multiply them together. Once we multiply them together, we'll get 8. Just remember that, because we're going to now do the powers. With the powers, we're going to add the powers. All right, 10 to the power of 2, and we're going to add this 10 to the power of 5. If we add those powers, we're going to end up with 10 to the power of 7. We'd write that below. It really is this easy. 8 times 10 to the power of 7. That's in standard form. Let's write out the ordinary number, and there we have it. Very, very simple. There is a few hurdles to jump over, but that is pretty much it, which is great, isn't it? Because it really, really is easy. Let's do the next one together, and then I'm going to let you loose on the next page. So here we go. It's going to be 2 timesing by the 8 to give us 16, and the 3 adding the 2 on the powers to give us 10 to the power of 5. So we've got it 16 times 10 to the power of 5. But here is our first little side step or little hurdle we've got to get over. We can't write this. This is not in standard form, is it? So in standard form, we would want 1.6. We want the point there, don't we? So we're going to have to shift this point across, or shift the numbers across, whichever way we want to think about it. Which means that this will no longer be a 5. It's going to be a 6. Now, a way to test that out is if we put in to our calculator, if you want to try it out, we put in 16 times 10 to the power of 5. We'll get exactly the same answer as 1.6 times by 10 to the power of 7, 10 to the power of 6. We'll get exactly the same answer, and that's when you know you've done it right. Some people, they might drop a number down to 4, but put it into your calculator, and you'll see that you're out significantly, by quite a bit. So make sure that you put both in the calculator to work out which way you're going to work it. The other way to do it is to put the decimal place here and then work back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we can see it there, can't we? So now that I've done 2 for you, you're going to do the next page. They are a little bit more difficult. We've got 3.2, but follow exactly the same process. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You might get it wrong, and then I'm here to correct you. So pause the video now, give this first one a go, come back and see if you've got it right. So first thing, we're going to times 3.2 by 4, and then we're going to add the powers there. So here we go, we've got 12.8 timesing by 10 to the power of 7, but we know that's not in standard form, so now we have to get it so it's 1.28. 1.28 timesing by 10 to the power of 8. And if we take that as an ordinary number, then that's what we get below. Most of the time they ask you to leave it in standard form, but just make sure that you maybe do both if they don't ask. Next question, give it a go. Again, you need to pause the video, give it a go, come back and see if you've got it right. Here we go. 9 times 8.2 and 3 plus 2. So we end up with 73.8 timesing by 10 to the power of 5. And we've got to put it back in standard form, don't we? So we're shifting that decimal place, and that number goes from a 5 to a 6. Remember, top tip, put them both into your calculator and you'll have the same answer to make sure that you've done it bob on. All right, everyone, it's time now to move to division. And this is equally as easy. Rather than timesing these two numbers, guess what we're going to do? We're going to divide them. So 9 divided by 3 gives us our 3. And on this one, we're going to subtract the powers. 5 subtract 2 gives us 3 as well. So we could write that as 3 times 10 to the power of 3. And we can see how that's a little bit different than when we're timesing, but not too much different. Write that as an ordinary number. This is what we're going to get. Now it's definitely time for you to give this next one a go. It's really, really easy. You're obviously going to change the numbers, but the process stays the same. So give it a go, come back and see if you've got it right. Here we go, everyone. It's 8 divided by 4, which gives us our 2. Oh, sorry, I've got to put the underline over there. And then we've got our 3 take away our 2, which gives us to the power of 1, which is just 10. So 2 times 10, and that gives us 20. Hopefully you got that one correct. I'm sure you did. I think we've got one more slide before the quiz. Yes, so pause the video now, give these a go, the whole page a go, and come back and see if you've got them right. Here we go, 36 divided by 6, and 5 take away the 2. So we end up with 6 timesing by 10 to the power of 3. If we multiply that through for our ordinary number, that's what we get down there. And the next one, we've got 2.8 divided by 2, which gives us our 1.4. And we've got the 4 take away the 2, which gives us the 2. So here we go. We do all that work through. We end up with 1.4 timesing by 10 to the power of 2. And put that as an ordinary number. And here we go. So I hope you found that really ridiculously easy. I'm sure you did. You're all absolute fantastic mathematicians. Now let's put you under a little bit of pressure and give you a go at these ones here. So definitely pause the video, give all of these a go, only come back once you've done all the hard work to see how successful you've been. Here we go, everyone. It's time for the answers. So on that first one, we multiplied the two numbers together to give us 8. We added the 2 powers to give us 7. So 8 times 10 to the power of 7, multiplied it through. We divided 5 by 2 to give us 2.5. We subtracted the powers away to give us 10 to the power of 2, and that's what our answer is there. I'm sure you've done absolutely fantastically. So as always, please take some time to write a great revision card. And how many times have I said this before, but do something today that your future self is going to thank you for, which means write a good card. The other option is get in contact with me via the comment section below, and I will send you an electronic copy of all of these. Many thanks for your time. I'm sure you've done really well. As always, it's been a pleasure helping you with your maths today. I'm sure that you've taken another step up that ladder or that stairwell in your learning, which is awesome. Until next time.